evening and welcome to the news segment of Dateline. My name is Princess Modi. The federal government has approved over 840 billion naira for the rehabilitation of the 82-kilometer Auja-Kaduna Zaria-Kano dual carriageway, which traverses the Federal Capital Territory, Kaduna, and Kano states. The money also includes funds for the construction of the Bodoboni Road with bridges across the Opobo Channel in Rivers State. Minister of Works, Mr. David Umahi, who disclosed this at a meeting with representatives of the main contractor, Julius Baja Nigeria PLC, in Abuja, charged the contractor to fast-track the completion of the project because of the premium placed on them by President Bola Tinubu, as well as Nigerians plying it. Mr. Umahi explained that the Federal Executive Council, at its meeting of September 23, 2024, approved the rescoping and downward review of the contract for the rehabilitation of the dual carriageway in the FCT, Kaduna, and Kano states, and the construction of the Bodobonu Road with bridges across the Opobo Channel. He tasked contractors handling the federal government's project on the need for corporate nationalism in price negotiation in the face of the daunting economic challenges facing Nigeria. The federal government has also given approval to the National Commission for Colleges of Education, NCE, to allow the dual mode of concurrently running degree and Nigeria Certificate in Education NCE programs in colleges of education. The Executive Secretary of the NCCE, Professor Polanos Chijioke, disclosed this during the 2024 National Teachers' Day celebration organized by the Colleges of Education Academic Staff Union, COASU. He noted that the development was aimed at improving access to teacher education, arresting low enrollment, and ensuring quality production of professional teachers in the country. Professor Chijioke also emphasized the need to continue to elevate the status of the teaching profession, ensuring that it attracted the brightest and most passionate individuals. President of the body, Dr. Smart Olubeko, commended President Bola Tinubu for assenting to the Colleges of Education Establishment Act, which granted the Colleges of Education system autonomy to award degrees in teacher education concurrently with the previous NCE. Benue State Governor Reverend Father Hyacinth Alia has described the outcome of the local government election held yesterday as a true reflection of the people's will. Reverend Father Alia said this in a statement today by his Chief Press Secretary, Mr. Kula Teso, in Makurdi, the state capital. Earlier today, the chairman of the Benue State Independent Electoral Commission, Mr. Richard Tombowa, announced that the ruling All Progressives Congress, APC, had won all 23 chairmanship and 276 councillorship seats in the election. Reverend Father Alia expressed his gratitude to the people of Benue for their peaceful conduct, active participation, and overwhelming support for APC candidates. The governor commended the peaceful nature of the election, calling it a reflection of the determination of the Benue people to engage in a democratic process with respect and dignity, upholding peace and unity, which were critical to the state's progress. The governor assured the people of his administration's continued commitment to fulfilling the social contract with the citizens, promising to build a prosperous Benue where every individual will have the opportunity to thrive. He congratulated the winners of the election and urged those who lost to join hands with the victors and his administration in order to achieve the greatness the state deserved. The Asaba of Asaba, Professor Epiphany Azinge, has pledged to bring about the needed transformation that will reposition Asaba for greatness. Obi Azinge made the pledge shortly after being crowned as the 14th Asaba of Asaba. He promised to collaborate with the state and local government, as well as other relevant authorities, towards the realization of said goals, even as he committed to uphold and promote the traditions and culture of the Asaba people, foster unity, promote inclusivity, and build a befitting permanent palace. In a brief but impressive ceremony, which took place yesterday at the late Asaba's palace in Asaba, the Ochendo Asaba, Louis Edozian, who had held brief for the throne since the official announcement of his father's passing, transferred the staff of office held by the late Asaba through the Onihe of Asaba, Chief Ubaka Ato, to Obi Azinge. The ceremony also featured the handing over of the keys to the Ogwauku, or town hall, as well as the keys to the traditional court of appeal to the Asaba monarch, among other rights. Before transferring the symbol of authority to the new Asaba, the Ochendo Asaba recalled the transparent process that led to his emergence from among 10 contestants, expressing confidence that Professor Azinge would diligently continue from where his predecessor stopped in taking Asaba to greater heights, while soliciting the support of all segments of the community for the new king. The wife of the state governor and founder, Umata Charity Foundation, Deaconess Tobori Oborewari, has charged parents, particularly mothers, to raise their children in the fear of God to guarantee a better future for them. Deaconess Oborewari gave the charge when she visited a 42-year-old woman who delivered a set of septuplets at Okuokoko, Osubi, in Ope local government area. Florence Oyibodoro reports.
Bible says, children are the heritage of God, and happy is the man that has his quiver full of them. That is the case of Mr. and Mrs. Ojefo Adarise, whom Deaconess Oborewori visited in company of her Umat Charity Foundation team. She donated a truckload of supplies to their babies. The governor's wife would describe the birth of the sextuplets as the miraculous work of God, said the gesture was a show of love from Governor Sheriff Oborewori.
I'm here on behalf of my husband, Right Honorable Sheriff Oborewori, and I'm here with my women, my team, to say thank you to God. It can only be God, not man. It is God that is the doer of this miracle, and this testimony is large.
By calling on all to support the sextuplets, the governor's wife urged the parents to raise the children in the fear of God. She encouraged couples believing God for the fruit of their womb to be encouraged by the case of the Adarises, who waited for 26 years to be blessed with more children after their first child.
I will not cease to tell this family to know the way of God, to the things of God, how to owe God dear. For this miracle, it can only be God. I want you to bring these children. I've said it before, I'm emphasizing on it more. To bring them to God, to have the fear of God. Because this miracle is from God. It's not from the man, it's not from the woman. It's God that made it possible. And thou say God will sustain these children.
Mrs. Grace Adarise, a native of Warri South Local Government area, married to an indigene of Edo State, says she had her first child 26 years ago at the age of 16, and all attempts to have other children had proved abortive. Mrs. Adarise, who is also the general overseer of her church, said God answered her prayers this year when the doctors confirmed her pregnant with multiple heartbeats of babies.
This journey is not easy, for a mother who have not conceived for 26 years. And even though doctor has confirmed to me that is cyst while they are still in the womb, I am still doubting until the real day that they brought them out. So I thank God for this journey, that is successfully, that I did not lose my life and my husband did not lose his life.
The husband, Mr. Ojefo Adarise, as well as the first child of the family, Miss Deborah, thanked the governor's wife for the pleasant surprise visit.
Yeah, the Excellency, the governor, Sheriff Oborewori, I would say God bless him, and also his loving wife for visiting me today, the father of sextuplets. I pray may God lift him and his wife abundantly in Jesus' name.
today, I'm beyond excited because these children has been one of my greatest prayer points, and having God answer my prayer points is like a blessing to me.
Items donated included food items, clothing, and babies' essentials. Lawrence Oibodoro reporting.
In another development, Deaconess Tobore Oborowori has met with her co-wives of the Oborowori family, where she distributed food items including 25 kilograms bags of rice, cooking oil, salt, packs of seasoning, tomato paste, noodles, and beans. The beneficiaries thanked the governor's wife for the gesture and promised to work for the continued unity of the larger Oborowori family. The food items were later distributed to the beneficiaries. Tunisians headed to the polls today to cast their ballots in the country's presidential election, with analysts say President Kais Saied looks set to win. With most of his challengers in prison or barred from running, Mr. Saied is accused of suppressing political competition. Only 2 other candidates were given the go-ahead by the Electoral Commission to run against the incumbent, leaving some Tunisians feeling apathetic about the vote. In light of the Commission's decision, the opposition called for a boycott of the vote, but some in the country who hope that the election will bring about positive change do not agree with abstaining from the vote. Almost 10 million Tunisians were eligible to vote today, but with the calls for a boycott, voter turnout remains to be seen. As part of efforts to enhance quality teaching and learning through educational support, the B. Amaka Global Foundation Ministry International has presented branded notebooks and other education materials to various schools in Ndokwa West and Ukwani local government areas. The report.
The president of B. Amaka Global Foundation Ministry International, Ms. Umakanma Ona, who led other members of her team, distributed notebooks, school bags, writing materials, and mathematical sets, among others, to pupils and students of some primary and secondary schools. The schools visited include Ebologu Primary School, Ndubueze Primary School, and Ebologu Secondary School, all in Utagbono. Others are Obioma Primary School, Owa Abe, and Beatitude College, Kwale. Ms. Ona, who is the daughter of retired Rear Admiral Mike Ona, said the donation was part of her effort in giving back to the society, particularly the less privileged and orphans, among others. She said she was concerned about the educational growth and development of the people, hence the drive to contribute meaningfully to the development of education in the area by providing the materials. According to her, some persons may not be able to afford educational materials, hence hampering learning in schools. She expressed hope that her effort would assist the less privileged to get quality education and contribute to society meaningfully. She thanked her father, Rear Admiral Mike Ona, retired, for his support and encouragement, and some leaders in the area, including the Delta North PDP chairman, Engineer Dan Osai, and the special advisor to the governor on livestock, Chief Jeffrey Asagba. Ms. Ona paid glowing tribute to her late mother, Mrs. Beatrice Ibonanu Ona, for being a caring mother whose efforts and prayers made her who she is today. Some of the school heads, teachers, students, and pupils who spoke expressed excitement at the donation, saying it would assist them in their studies. They commended her for coming to their rescue, saying it had saved them the monies they would have spent in buying the items, adding that some may not be able to afford the educational materials.
Time now for some entertainment as we look at happenings in the world of showbiz.
Nigerian superstar Phyno, whose real name is Chibuzo Azubike, recently released his highly anticipated 5th album, Full Time Job, marking another milestone in his career. Phyno stated that the album was a testament to the dedication to his craft, as each track reflected personal experiences and cultural heritage. On October 3rd, the 37-year-old rapper and singer hosted and interacted with fans at the Listening Room Landmark Tower in Oniru, Lagos. The event witnessed the listening of Fino's new hits, sending hundreds of music lovers and notable industry stakeholders into a frenzy. In attendance were Timaya, Check, Crowd Controller, Jude Okoye, Hush Baby, Cubana Chief Priest, music producers, managers, amongst other celebrities. Afrobeat singer David Adeleke, also known as Davido, has clarified that he is from a respectful family, contrary to what many people think. He explained that his occasional misdemeanor as a celebrity did not mean he didn't have a proper upbringing. Davido spoke during a courtesy visit to the Olu of Warri South local government area of Delta State. Wizkid had recently shaded Davido's family, claiming that the OBO crooner wasn't raised well.
Let's now join our business news desk for happenings in the business sector.
The Nigerian Communications Commission, NCC, has come under the heavy criticism from stakeholders in the Nigerian telecom sector over the recent internet subscription price increments announced by Elon Musk Starlink. The criticism is coming against the backdrop of the regulators' unyielding stance on the clamor for an increase in tariffs by local telecom operators, which has lasted for over 2 years, whereas Starlink, an internet service provider that entered the market officially in January, was allowed to increase its price by almost 100%. Stakeholders who spoke on the issue said this amounted to a double standard on the part of the NCC. They said the implementation of the subscription price by Starlink in Nigeria under the watch of NCC was an affront to local operators who continue to invest all their resources in the country to expand telecom service, but were not permitted to review their prices despite the rising cost of operation. Starlink only beams its satellites in Nigeria and acquired an ISP license from the NCC to offer its service in the country. It currently has zero investment in the country. The Naira lost 89.27 kobo against the dollar at the official foreign exchange market in the first week of this month. This comes as the Naira ended the week at 1,631.21 kobo per dollar from the 1,541 Naira 94 kobo exchange rate on September 30, showing that the Naira has weakened by a significant 89.27 kobo against the dollar. Meanwhile, at the black market, the Naira gained 30 Naira to close the week at 1,670 per dollar compared to 1,700 which started this month. The Naira to dollar exchange rate stood at 1,631.21 kobo and 1,670 at the official and black foreign exchange market at the close of trading on Friday.
The Nigerian Hydrological Services Agency, NERSA, has disclosed that the water level in the River Benue has been minimally receding in the past few days, adding that the probability of a devastating flooding along the river is progressively eroding. A statement by the Director General of NASA, Mr. Umar Ibrahim Mohammed, advised that due to variability of the climate, citizens should keep safe as well as keep observing the flood preparedness protocols. It reiterated the commitment of the agency to constantly monitor the water levels of the nation's major rivers and overall commitment to flood management in Nigeria. And now to our thought for the day. Don't be too quick to believe what you hear, because lies spread faster than the truth. And with that, we come to the end of our news. A very good evening to you and have a blissful night rest.
is forever.